Hello, my friends. I have some fun stuff for me today. You may not like it, but I do have a secret for you. I'm going to tell you very quickly. They call me Mr. Zazoo. I'm not allowed in your system, what I call your experiential life system. You call it life. Although I might change what I call it. Everywhere. If you are advanced, you're going to understand what I'm saying. Everywhere you look in your life, scattered throughout it are the same patterns, the same things. And when you fall asleep, you get comfortable. You sort of are like, same day, same thing. This is how it always is. When you are fighting yourself to wake up, to raise your frequency, to, a lot of you say, reach for enlightenment. I'll let that go for now, because that's not what I'm focusing on today. When you are trying to improve yourself, your life, trying to find what you are, when you have that sort of drive, then you don't look around and say, same thing, different day. You instead say, same crap. Why does it keep showing up? And when you are even more advanced, you sit there and you get really annoyed and you say, why can't I change? I'm trying to change. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And it's the same. How do I change it? How do I get ahead? At that point, you tend to be in what I call the second world, not the matchbox rat race. You have shifted some things, but you are still trying to shift things often. And what my secret for you today is, you know what you need to do. You know, but you aren't doing it. Now, here's what happens. There's a part of you that has been programmed, so to speak, by yourself and by the matrix, if you will, your conditioning. And that part has taught you to sort of dismiss or justify why and how you should not change. Yes, I am on a path of raising myself, of getting more in touch with the cosmic being that I am as a whole, because everyone, all the gurus now say that I am. They say that it is all one. I am one, even though contradiction, if I'm having the thought, I am not really one. Am I? I'm something separate, or more specifically individual, depending on where you are in your growth. Separate, individual. That's perhaps a topic for another one of my recordings, because that's significant. Separate, individual, very different parts of self that they come from. So where is this oneness? Why aren't I experiencing? Why isn't my life getting better? The gurus say you will have abundance. Defined. You have to decide how you define abundance, because you don't get to define the universe even though you are one. That's an interesting thing to note. You will have an easier time with your challenges. If you're not having that easier time, that's rubbing you the wrong way. And you can even hear the crunching as it rubs you the wrong way, because there's a part of you that resonates and knows that you are meant to be more, experience more, expand more, be more empowered. And there's that part of you that is not feeling that you are, that is feeling disempowered, that is trying to control, that is trying, and it's not working out. Because, as I said, you have been conditioned and programmed to ignore or put to the side the parts that really would let you change and improve things. So, my friends, I say to you, if you want to bypass that programming, and if you want to become that cosmic creator that you are, what you truly are, that I am, what I call intent. I call it intent because there is no intent without I. You have to be there. You have to show up for yourself. And when you are in intent, I will tell you that you're going to start to play this game of non-dualistic duality. Yes, I said it. Non-dualistic duality, because that is what intent is, isn't it? Intent is not something you can touch. It's not control. It's not something. It is a power. It is a force. It requires your self-presence, which is a part of duality, and it encompasses something far beyond anything dualistic, and frankly, it goes beyond anything that you can touch or get in touch with unless you are in a very high meditation. And that is a force that goes beyond your personality, who you are. Those are the same, your personality, who you are. And it starts to go to far more of what you are, intent. Far more. Higher levels. If you have heard me talk about in other videos, talk about that orchestration of the universe, just align yourself to the orchestration of the universe. I have said that before. Watch that. Maybe he, the one that edits these, my friend, maybe he will put a link to it if he can even find which one it was. There have been many. So that orchestration goes, who you are plays the instrument. I will say that what you are is the conductor, and I will say that the universe is the creator of the energy that you call harmony, symphony, music, whatever you want. There is this orchestration, as my friends put it, that requires parts that go beyond, far beyond unseen, all the way to you and who you are, the instrument you are playing that manifests what you want in your life. If you want to manifest easily and quickly, just orchestrate with the universe. I say it that way because I know it's not easy for you, but the concept is simple. Now, when the concept is simple, a part of what you aren't doing is choosing it. Like I said, you have this conditioning that justifies not making that change. So, making the change, my friends, decide, number one, to become the version of you that has made the change. That is my way of saying choose. Choose that I don't know what my conditioning is, but I'm going to make a different choice. Because a part of that is a subconscious. It has been programmed into you so that you subconsciously don't make the change. You don't follow the advice. You don't do what you know because you know it. That's why you have the rub. You wouldn't have the rub and you would be like, this is life. I can't change it. Different day, same shit, maybe more, but you wouldn't want to change it. When you have the rub, you know better. You know what you need to do. So, number one, like I said, you choose it. You decide, I am going to be the one that does what I know, even though I don't know right now. I'm going to be the one that does what I know. That alone is going to start to change things. And then, my friends, and then I say, watch yesterday's recording. Because yesterday's recording, I talked about going deeper. Now, I ended, and then I started again. Because I am starting my friends, my close friends, whatever you want to call it, an inner circle that wants to go deeper. Because you don't always want to go deeper. You have to be there. You have to be ready. If you are there and ready, you'll go deeper. If you go deeper, you're going to understand it because you're going to be working it at a deeper level. No judgment, my friends. This isn't get better, be a better person. It isn't like that. It is do what you know. I said, choose to identify as the one that is going to do what He or she knows. You're going to get bigger. You are identified in expanding yourself. When you are, go deeper. Step number 1, that choice, identify as that person. Step number 2, go deeper. Take 5 or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however much resonates with you, my friend, and go deeper. Deeper into what? I talked about that yesterday, so I won't talk about it again. But I will say that it is about touching the mirror and finding that it wobbles, just like it did in the movie. It is about melting the matrix. You can unplug whatever you want to call it. It's a metaphor. But I'm going to tell you that ultimately you are going to melt the matrix. And you can do that in minutes. No, not the whole thing. You're not going to necessarily unplug from the whole thing all at once. It might kill you. You do that when you die. You are going to melt one thing at a time. And frankly, just like dominoes that are set up not in a line, but in a pyramid, you initially take one down and you have started the melt. As you take another one down, you're going to find that at some points, it takes one lower down and you'll find more melting. Indeed. But you have to start where you are. Start where you are. So again, my friends, this isn't about if you are more advanced, you're going to be better and do more. No, this is about identify with the version of you, because that's all that matters. When you do, you're going to start to tap into intent. And I just told you, I didn't say it this way, I'm going to say it this way now. Intent is the most powerful, what do I call it? It's not an energy. It's like a flow. It is a ray. I'll call it a ray of the Creator for now. That means it goes beyond duality and non-duality. It goes beyond you. It goes beyond your source energy. It goes beyond the experiential life system that you call life. Haven't you seen someone who is really intentful that defies everything that is put before him or her? No doubt you've seen it. You've seen it in person and you've seen it out there in your media. You haven't necessarily met the person necessarily, but you see it. It defies everything, intent. So this is a game of becoming more intentful. To become more intentful, you must be showing up for yourself. You must be what my friend calls self-present. And you must be present enough to start to melt things. And then you'll be on your road, my friend, to being a magician, what you call a magician. Until next time, my friends.